We're kicking off season 2 of your favorite end of the week party. Soul Care Live is coming to you with a new look, a new name, and a whole new attitude. Subscribe while you're here and share, share, share. Tell a friend that Soul Care for Single Black Women is live.
Soul care for single black women. Soul care, soul care, soul care for single black women. Soul care life.
Y'all don't give me this time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Soul Care Live. I am your host, Tracy. We're gonna get this blanket out the way. Praise the Lord. Okay. I'm your host, Tracy Reddy. I am a marriage and family therapist turned dating consultant for single Black women. I help them uncover the obstacles and barriers that are getting in their way in attracting and maintaining and all the good things, the love that they desire, the loving relationships that they desire. And today is no different. Today we are talking about a topic that y'all, as I scroll through the interwebs and I'm in different groups where singles congregate, where people in relationships congregate, where people who are looking for relationships congregate. And one of the things that I see, child, they got Lil Kim on Nick Cannon. Look at her. Well, look at her. I have to watch that later. But anyway, so one of the things that I see all the time is people that are exhausted with dating. I mean, just tired of it, honey. If that's you, honey, raise your hand over here in these comments, baby. I want y'all to be active in this conversation because this ain't just me, honey. I want to be by myself talking. I want to hear from you guys. Oh, and by the way, if you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, the Soul Care for Single Black Women YouTube channel, be sure to go over to that link and subscribe because that's where we're going to start putting everything Soul Care Live. So make sure you're subscribed over there. But yeah, so back to this idea of dating fatigue and just the exhaustion with putting yourself out there and trying again and, just wanting to, you want something to happen so much or so badly or so whatever, and it's just not happening. And I know that's probably frustrating, especially for my single sisters, my skin sisters. I know that's especially frustrating for us because we're so great at so many other things. We're so great at our careers, at our education, and entrepreneurship. Like we are banging it out everywhere. And with this, it's like, it can be exhausting trying to figure out what to do and how to move that needle forward. And so today I wanted to highlight, or should I say this whole month, I'm highlighting the Soul Detox, which is my signature program. The Soul Detox is a 6-month program where honey, it's almost like a boot camp, girl. We're gonna take it from A to Z on removing all the barriers. We're gonna deal with mindset. We're gonna deal with all these different things. And then we're going to actually put some dating in action. All Things Soul Detox was another episode. It was like 2 episodes ago, 2 weeks ago. So you go back and watch that. But today, so in highlighting Soul Detox, I'm going to highlight for the rest of this month different ladies who have either completed the program or are currently in the program, and things that they say they've gotten out of the program, or things I've observed them getting out of the program. Today, we're actually highlighting Corey. So Corey is a photographer down in Florida, and she completed the program. She was in my pilot program of this pilot test run, basically, of the Soul Detox, and so she finished last October, I believe it is. She completed the program last October, and man, when I say success story, she really is one. I actually had her on, I think earlier this, well, I'm pretty sure it was earlier this year. And you can watch that video too. So I will probably link it somewhere in the comments. But one of the things, one of the aspects of this dating fatigue that I want to point out that brought Corey to mind is the fact that she didn't quit. Y'all, all throughout the whole entire program, and their program was longer than 6 months because I was actually like, building it out, and they were kind of like testing it out with me. But so hers was longer than 10 months. And I keep saying longer than 10 months. It was longer than 6 months. It was actually 10 months, or more like nine, between 9 and 10 months. And y'all, this baby she wanted to quit so many times. It was so many times. I'm like, hey, where you at? Where you at? And she's just like, just been going through some stuff, can't keep going, can't do it. And we had some talk me off the ledge, come to Jesus moments pretty frequently, um while she was in the Soul Detox program. And so I just want to kind of highlight some of the things that we actually had to work through. Number one, life is going to happen. When you start putting your mind and your focus towards, you want to take care of you want to prepare to have a healthy relationship and all the things, life gonna start happening. Guys you ain't talked to in forever gonna start popping out the woodworks. Guys you've been wishing what you would talk to, they gonna start coming out the woodworks. And that is a test for you. That's a test for you to make sure that you really want what you want, because all kinds of distractions can come up. And see, when you prematurely, we talking about dating fatigue, when you prematurely entertain these distractions, you make yourself tired, girl. You make yourself tired. You make you tired. When you are entertaining folks before you should be, it will make you exhausted. It will make you exhausted in the process, because you're exuding more energy. You're exuding more than you have to give. In the dating world, people just think, oh, I'm just gonna go out here and date. Yeah, I'm ready to date. So let me just get out here, put myself out there. Girl, you better sit down somewhere. You got some work to do before you get out there like that. Because that will exhaust that is something that will exhaust you to no end. I recall one time in my own life when I was out here dating and carrying on, honey. And it was right after my big breakup that I always talk about, that really kind of launched all the things I'm doing now. And I was child, I was child. I was so heartbroken and so distraught. I said, well, I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna go out here and get on a little dating site. I'm gonna meet somebody, gonna make me forget about this clown. Right? Girl, please. I talked to this one guy. I talked to him for about a week or two. And literally while I'm on the phone with him, I'm crying because I'm still haven't done the work to process my breakup. Now you might say, well, that ain't me. I ain't crying no more. But or I ain't never cried at all. I'm glad to get out that relationship. Very well, you very well could be. But the issue is not uh that you're so heartbroken still. The issue is, what did it do to you? How did it change you? How did it build up that wall that you have? How did it challenge you? And if you haven't done the work to unpack those things or even realize those things, a lot of it, it's stuff that happens when we go through things that we ignore because we're just trying to survive it. We're just trying to get on the other side of it. And so we miss a lot of little nuggets, little, I call treasure. We miss a lot of the treasure that we could obtain from our situations because we're just so busy trying to survive it, get through it, get beyond it, get past it. And so with that, when we get out there prematurely, we will exhaust ourselves if we haven't done. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Where are you tuning in from? What's your name? Casey, is it? Thank you, Casey. But yeah, when you have not done the work to process those things that have happened, that will make you exhausted. So you out here thinking, oh, it's because the dating pool got pee in it. Oh, it's because the dating men suck and they just want sex, or they just this and that. Girl, part of the reason is dating sucks right now is because you ain't done the stuff to process all the stuff you done been through already. That will exhaust you. It's like, literally, it's baggage. And I hate to say baggage because it's such a cliche, it's such a cliche word and it just used so kind of overused, but it's just true. You're out there trying to be light and carefree and have fun, and you carrying around a big old duffel bag full of mess. Where they do that at? Out here in the dating street, y'all. Who do it? Y'all. Where? Now. Here. On the dating scene. Y'all do that. Oh, okay, she from Fort Myers, Florida. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. But yeah, so that's one thing that will exhaust you. And that's one part. So then with Corey, we're highlighting Soul Detox alumni, and we're talking about my one of the star students of the Soul Detox, Corey. She is a photographer down there in Florida. Casey, I'm wondering if you know her. Is that why you're here? But but yeah, so she is what is this? That ain't me. Some device popped up, child. I don't know what that is. On this computer. But we're talking about dating fatigue and what to do about it. So number one thing to do, if you haven't done the work to process the past, that will make you tired. And you need to press pause on dating and do that work. The other thing that will make you exhausted is if you're trying too hard to give too much. Corey posts, she's very vocal about on her Facebook page. She's very vocal about like the trials that she's been through in the past and how they impacted her. And she posted something the other day, y'all, that just blew my mind. I was like, this girl just continues to amaze me. She just continues to amaze me. She posted something about how it was a picture that popped up in her memory, and it was an ex of hers who had or it wasn't the ex, it was the child of the ex, and the caption was, taking baby girl out for pamper day or whatever, of course paid for by her ex. And then she was telling us now in real time after reposting it, she was like, he didn't pay for that, I paid for that. Y'all, when you be given to, she was just lying to cover to make him seem more great than he was, and he was actually really terrible to her. But the point I'm making is when you give too much too soon. Now, some of you might say, oh, I'll never give my money to some guy. I'll never, never. Girl, it ain't got to be money. If you trying too hard to give your heart to your heart, if you trying too hard to give that's exhausting. You trying, and this is what bothers me about people who say that they won't or don't multi-date, is that they're like, I can't do that. I'm trying to focus on one person at a time. I just ain't wired like that. No, what you're doing is you are wired to commit to somebody, and you're trying to commit to every single guy you meet. And you won't say it like that. Believe me right now. You like, I'm gonna turn this off. Don't keep watching. But the point is, if you put too much focus on that one somebody, that is exhausting, especially if they're not giving it back, or especially if it's not been established that you two are going to be, in an exchange and an interaction with each other. That will exhaust you. That will give you dating fatigue. And then, let's say let's say you had that situation, right? You realize, oh, this is one side. Let me get out of here. You get out of it. You go back to the dating scene, and now you're a little bit harder. You're a little bit turned off, a little more turned off than you were at first. You're a little less comfortable with the online dating or the this or the that or whatever the current phase or craze is. And now you're wondering, now you're feeling like, oh, it's just terrible out here. Baby. Yes, it would be for you, because you just was out there. You was just giving your all to somebody who, one, wasn't giving it back. Two, you was giving it away too prematurely. And it's not that's not something easy to bounce back from. You're not going to find relief out there with another set of people who are also got their guards up and their things, and they're not ready. Dating is not intended to pretend like you're in a committed relationship. Dating is not a pretend commitment. Okay, it's just not. It's not. It never was intended to be. And I think some of us were raised with the idea to kind of treat it like a marriage or a commitment, a thing. But if there has not been a commitment established, and I've been saying this for years, I'm just tickled to see so many of the gurus and y'all can literally go back and look at some of the stuff I've posted in the past under Tracy Ready, Coach Tracy, Ready to Date, all this stuff, Dating Masterclass. I've been saying these things for over a decade. And now I'm with the multi-dating, with the with the if nobody has, if there's been no no verbal commitment between the two of you, then there is no relationship. Been saying it for a long time. So I'm loving that the world finally catching up, that the world is finally catching up, and folks are really starting to say this more. Hopefully it will catch on and people will start living it, because the reality is, like I said, if you're trying to give too much, that will exhaust you out here on this dating scene. So we already covered, just in case you late to class, you need the notes. Shanika, I can just always count on you. Listen, we need to connect, ma'am. I gotta you next. You finna get featured next, girl. Um, Thank y'all so much for showing up. And if you got any commentary, anything to add, y'all put in the comments. We'd love to know that you're here, first of all. But yeah, so if you just got here, we already had them covered. If you give too much, that's gonna cause you to be exhausted with dating. What was my other tip? Dag nabbit. Casey, what was it? If you give too much, if you're out there prematurely, yeah. If you're out in the dating scene prematurely and you haven't dealt with what needs to get dealt with, it's too much weight to carry out there. You came into it tired. So you're gonna get tired while you up here interacting with people. And finally, another thing that will cause you to be fatigued while you out here dating, you're just doing it wrong. You're just doing it wrong. You have the wrong mindset. You have the wrong approach. You have everything is just out of order in the way that you are dating. And whether that, like I said earlier, where it could be, you trying to connect too soon, whether it's you trying to pretend like you don't want to be bothered. I mean, if something happened, then I might. Girl, you want something to happen. Own it. We out here lying. We out here lying to ourselves, on ourselves about what we really want. I've never seen so many people afraid or intimidated or just kind of shy to say that I want a relationship. I want a relationship. Could you say that publicly? Could you just post it like on your social media? I really want a relationship. I really want to be married, and not fear whatever repercussions or what people might think of you as a result. We out here lying. We're out here lying. We got to be honest. And so trying to go out there and date and pretend like you don't care. Whatever happens, happens. If something comes, or my favorite, you won't date at all. Church girls. Where the people that love Jesus at? You won't date at all because you just wait for him to just, come on into your world. He gonna be the UPS man. He gonna be the mailman. He gonna be somebody at your job. He gonna be somebody at your church. And it ain't happened yet. And I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna happen because things can't happen that way. But I'm just saying, you put up all these different walls and barriers around you that project, I don't want to be bothered. I don't care. And so you wonder why you get I don't care dudes coming towards you. Well, it's because we lying. We ain't out here being honest. We're not out here being honest about it. So, with that being said, I want to highlight again Corey and the fact that when she was going out on her dates, like I said, that last part of the dating of the Soul Detox is a dating, what we call dating experiment. The ladies know about it, and ladies who've been through it know about it. And I have yet to come across anybody who was just excited about it when we finally got to that part. Because what you do when we get into the Soul Detox, I ask you to stop dating, if you got any kind of booty calls, fruity calls, you got any kind of anything going on over him with some dude, cut it off. But we talk about that more later. You get in the program, we'll talk about that. But if you got anything going on, cut it off. And so you spend these like 4 to 5 months not dating, and then all of a sudden you about to get back out there. Child, it can be a little intimidating. So a lot of ladies are like, oh, I'm excited to get back out there. But then as they get closer and closer to it, they're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Am I going to be able to do it? And so Corey is one of many who felt that way. But one thing that stood out to me about her process is that girl remained excited about it the whole time. Although she was nervous, she started out kind of slow, meeting people that she was like, ugh, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was all that was out there. And then it slowly started becoming something that she could enjoy. And this happens with all the ladies, because once you do that work, stuff starts changing. You start seeing things different. Different types of guys start engaging with you. You start feeling comfortable engaging with different type of guys. Let's go back to number 3, where we be lying. We say that we deserve the best, and we deserve this, and we don't really believe it, because when we do get approached with guys like that, we like, is this real? Like, if you haven't done that work. And even sometimes when you have done it, girl, sometimes you still be like, is this real? It could be a little like intimidating to meet somebody who checks every box on the thing. And so Corey's out there, she's meeting all these different guys, and range of guys. And then it started getting to where she was meeting some pretty decent guys, folks that she was like, man, he was nice. We had a great time. Probably won't see him again, but we was nice. I remember one guy she met, he was like way older, like twice, if not 3 times her age, like could date her mother age. And she's like, they had a good time, and it was just a part of the experience. And one of the things that also, this is just a bonus that takes away from and makes dating exhausting, is that we go in it so hard looking for somebody to love us, to accept us, to whatever us. And if we could just look at dating as a part of the single woman's experience, it's just something we do. We go get our nails done, we go get our hair did, get our wigs, whatever we do, and we date. For those of us who want a relationship, we date. And it should just be a part. It shouldn't be this weird thing like, oh, I gotta get on the date scene. Oh, I gotta, baby. It should not be that exhausting even before you get started. If it is, then you go check them other things that I said. Have you done the work? Are you going into it trying to give too much? Are you lying out here trying to act like you don't really care? You need to go deal with that stuff. If you find that it's exhausting to just make dating a part of your routine, it's just who you are. It's what you're supposed to be doing. It ain't got to be no sex involved, ain't all that stuff. It's just out here enjoying the experience. And so back to Corey. I keep getting off Corey, but back to Corey. She's out there. She's having a good time. She's just meeting different guys. Like I said, the quality of men she was meeting started to improve dramatically. And she was just coming into our group because we have a little, community of women who have finished the program or are in process of the program. We got 2 different groups, and they come in there and they do their videos, and they just like, hey, I went on date number 5, I went on date number whatever. And she would come in all excited about her dates, and just it started to change. And then she met somebody, Chad, she met somebody. She met him midway through her dating experiment. And she was like, she can't, literally, there's a video in our group right now of her saying, okay, y'all, wait, I think I just met the man I'm gonna marry, type of thing. And I was like, and true enough, here we are a year later. They just celebrated a year together. They're not married yet. They are still dating, but they are so cute, so happy, so together. And I'm just every time I see her post about them, I'm just thrilled, and excited for her, excited for them. And has she quit? Has she stopped? Has she let life get the best of her? Has she kept believing the lie that she didn't want, she didn't deserve that? Has she not done the work to unpack all of that? She will never be where she is right now. She has said this. I wish I had this note pulled up. She sent me a message, and I now use it when I talk to potential new clients. And it says something like, Tracy, if I had not gone through your program, I would have never met a guy like this. And if I did, I would have taken all my baggage into it with me. I would have taken all my baggage into it with me. And I'm like, period, point blank. And that's the only point I be making. I know I probably sometimes, if you follow me all the time, I probably sound like a broken record, repeating some stuff, because y'all hard-headed. I would have to if y'all didn't if y'all would listen. Y'all keep trying to turn to these little gurus, these little folk that give you these little anecdotes that are not really the solution to your issue. And I'm up here trying to get y'all the real deal. And the real deal gonna cost you something. Just like Shanika, who is also an alumni, she said perseverance paid off. Paid off for her too. And I'm gonna highlight her before this month is out too. Which I might take it on into January, child. I don't know. But yeah, perseverance pays off. It pays off. It absolutely does. And what we want is the quick fix. We want to come along and give us some little something to feed our, try to speed the process along. We want some other little somebody to tell us some. I don't want to say their name though. I don't want to do. I don't want to give them. I ain't trying to give them no play like that. But we want these people to come along. We try to do these little quick things that they say do, and it doesn't work. Now I will say this because I did a whole video on this, and you can go back and watch that too. That was probably 3 weeks ago. Sierra's prayer. Okay, you can pray all you want to, but if you don't do no action, if you don't take no steps, baby, you just praying, you just talking. Okay. I believe so many times, been saying this for years. I believe so many times God got so much that He wants to give us, but He like, okay, as soon as you make the next step, as soon as you make the next move, as soon, and we just be like, God, come on, send it now, send it. And He be like, as soon as you make a move, then I can do. And so we just be sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. But when you do the work, when you do what you need to do, you can take that anxiety, you can take that exhaustion out of dating and just enjoy the experience. And then somebody great comes along, y'all connect, just like Corey and her guy. Like I said, they've been together now a little over a year. She met him last October. She did a beautiful tribute to him on her page the other day. And yeah, perseverance, as Shanika said, pays off. Okay. So y'all know I'm trying to keep the show under, I'm really trying to get it to 20 minutes. So 26 is good. But I'm really trying to keep it, get the time down. So it be, just an easy, quick watch. So you ain't gotta be here, sit here for an hour or more. And so with that, that is all I have for today. Listen, do the work and dating won't be exhausting no more. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It ain't about you taking a little break. I'm just gonna take a little break, a little breather. Them little breaks and breathers don't make it not exhausting no more. It depends on it. What matters is what you do during that break. And if you don't do anything meaningful and impactful to deal with the issues, to stop lying about what you really want, or to stop giving too much too soon, too fast, you're gonna get right back out there and you're gonna be tired again. And then you're gonna really feel like, well, forget it. I'm just gonna where do I buy my cats at? I'm just gonna be old and decrepit and by myself. Or I'm just gonna I don't really want no relationship. You just fall deep when you don't do that work, you fall deeper and deeper into the deception that you don't want it and that it ain't worth it and that it ain't available to you. And you start thinking you don't deserve it, you don't want it, or you don't want to do the work to do it. All the things you start telling yourself. So do the work, get the results, enjoy dating, and then who knows? You can meet somebody amazing. That was one thing Corey said to me, and I will close with this almost. She said along the way, she said, right before she finished the program, she was like, Tracy, if I don't meet anybody, I think it was right before she started dating, that started the dating experiment part. She said, Tracy, if I don't meet anybody, if I don't meet one guy that I like, she said, this program has changed my life. And it's been worth it, even if I never meet anybody. And then she went on to meet somebody like within her first few days. So I'm saying all that to say, this is not the soul detox is not about, oh, we're gonna make sure you get with somebody. No. It's we're gonna make sure you're prepared to be with somebody if and somebody is in your future. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, you get in this program, maybe somebody is, but I ain't gonna be cocky like that. I ain't gonna say that. Okay. I'm just saying, if you do the work, at least you are ready to receive and give the love that you so desire. Okay. Whereas you just could just be like, oh, I just wish I could find somebody, and you ain't been more ready. If they came right now, they'll scare you. They'll scare you. I ain't lying, and I'm talking because it was me. I was scared when this one came along. When he came along, I was not scared because I had done my work. I'm the first student of the Soul Detox Dating Masterclass. I'm the first student. But yeah, when he came along, I was like, Lord, it was just too good to be true. It was like, what do I do with this? And it had to take a friend to even jolt me back into my good sense and say, enjoy it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is an option. Because in the past, my option was, okay, you need to fix him. You need to support him while he's transitioning through some. You need to kind of build a storyline in your head that makes it worth you still being here with you. All these things that I had to do mentally with guys in the past, enjoying it wasn't the top option. And so therefore, when I got to my now husband enjoying it, I didn't even think about enjoying it. It was like, well, what I need to do. And he had already told me we finna have fun. That's literally what my husband told me, like on our like second date. We finna have so much fun together. And I declare we sitting up here in the California right now having a good time on an adventure. We were sitting at the bar last night with these guys and talking. We was telling them how we ended up in California. And they was like, y'all just some adventurers, huh? Like, yeah, pretty much. And my husband said that. It was like, we're gonna have fun. And so the option of enjoying it was now on the table. Whereas in the past, I had to work and strive and think and figure out and whatever, but enjoying it wasn't the top option. And now it is. And so I say all that to say, you do that work, you will have that option of enjoying it. And I hope you do it. I hope you do it. Come see me. You want to do the work? I'm ready for you. Tracy is ready for a reason. So souldetox.net, or you can go to soulcareforsingleBlackWomen.com and schedule a free consultation, and I'll be ready to walk you through it and see if you're a good fit for the program. Now, as of today, December 17th, we still have one scholarship available that we can give out that will cut the cost of the program in half. And so if that's you, come on, holler at me. And if it's not available at the time when we do talk, then I'll let you know that as well. But we got payment plans and everything available to make it affordable for you, to make it doable for you. And of course, we got that fire for you in the program to help you do that work, and you can come out on the other side better for it. All right, you guys, that's it. I will see y'all next week. Got to 30 minutes anyway, but it's okay. It's okay. But we will see you next week. And until then, bye bye.